What's up, superstars? Back with another video. You got Superstar Rob and you got Superstar Nation. How you guys doing? Another good punch fest. We're back here. Another day, another dollar. Smash the subscribe button. Join the Superstar family. Hit the bell notification button so you get every single video every single day. We got comments yesterday saying you guys aren't playing. You really are doing every day. Yes, we are. And if we can't do it together, we will do it solo. Superstar VIPs, $2.99 a month. Thank you guys all so much for your support. Get the star beside your name. Get access to our spreadsheets. We'll do advertisements for you. Let you know our buys and sells, etc. You can always find us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok for sure. Anytime, reach out to us. We love to interact. We interact daily with many in the community. If you ever want to reach out to us to have a conversation, you can find us there. Thank you so much. Thank you, VIPs, for the additional support. You guys are amazing. You keep us going. Thank you. We appreciate you. I actually think we haven't updated that in a while, so it's going to need to be updated soon. But thank you guys so much for your support. All right, we'll start off with our Twitter here. Really not much, just cataclysmus, basically, because Joe's on a selling spree right now. So we're getting all sorts of tweets of people just buying stuff from him. It said, just bought this beauty from you in hopes of some extra juju at Superstar Money. So very cool. Just another thing that Joe's trying to accumulate some gems to make the moves that he wants to make. And there's really not much on our end today. I mean, Veve, key thing that came out today was that they are releasing what's called the DreamWorks Troll Hunters, the Guillermo del Toro. So this, I'm not familiar personally with this. If you are, let me know below if you're familiar with this IP. I'm assuming it's related to the Trolls. And yeah, it just says from a limitless imagination of acclaimed filmmaker Guillermo del Toro comes a tale of two worlds set to collide. So DreamWorks is good. We had Voltron. I pulled up a Wikipedia page here. Let me zoom in a bit so you guys can see. And then, of course, we all know DreamWorks, right? So it has here Chicken Run. Shrek is a really big one. Everyone's waiting for Shrek to come on Veve. Shark Tale, Madagascar, Over the Hedge. We got B-Movie. Kung Fu Panda, so Monsters vs. Aliens, so How to Train Your Dragon. There you go. So these are all pretty popular movies. A lot of us are familiar with that, so it'd be very cool. What I did find interesting though is I went on DreamWorks' website, and when I search Veve, I get no results. I went on DreamWorks' Twitter, and I see nothing related to this drop. I went on DreamWorks' Instagram, I see nothing related to this drop. So it's the same old thing where these licensors are using Veve as an advertisement, but they don't think that they need to advertise Veve. So they drop a digital collectible and they just don't let their fans know. And I'm not really sure why. Maybe there's a disconnect between their digital department and their marketing department. But does it really cost them anything if they just put out a tweet that just says, hey, by the way, we got Veve, we partner with Veve, we have digital collectibles coming up to all our 1.8 million followers, for example, on Instagram. If you're interested, download the app and check it out. It would go a long way. And I really don't know if this is on purpose. Is Veve maybe telling all the licensors, like, okay, guys, you don't worry about advertising us. We're not quite ready yet. But I don't think that's the case. I think just the licensors just see it as a move for them to advertise. So why would you advertise your advertisement? You know what I mean? Like they're going to say, let's go put this out to promote our movie. And that's our advertisement for DreamWorks rather than going in and retweeting it and doing all these things. I don't think they realize, it's, at least in this space, how far that can go with the power of social media. So that's that. I took a look at the Darth Maul. I checked out Veve Rank's website. It is a tier D. So it's a very, very low-end comic. Unlikely that many people will be going for that. So, and then one last thing here is a shout out to the artist, characters, and the Veve fan who make our world go round. If you haven't already, check out the community group, Women Veve, and the Women X Veve channel on the Discord with this very cool graphic with, of course, the Veve colors now in the background. So that looks pretty cool. And I'm going to mention it again. I mean, it's still new. This is always going to be fresh news. One of the greatest videos ever made, the Veve 500 video made by Metaverse Life. The man has too many skills. Okay, got Homer Simpson there. What an amazing video. Seriously, if you haven't seen it, what are you doing? Go and watch that video right now. Okay? Okay, today's video, since there's not a lot going on, there's something that I've been meaning to talk about for a while. And I've been meaning to talk about this because David, you mentioned it actually. I think it was on the Queen's Twitter, and he was asked a question about like 17,000 like Spider-Man collectibles being moved over into some kind of wallets. And no one really knows for sure. I mean, he answered it kind of like that they took it from people. And if you remember, it wasn't too long ago that they said that Veve has to tread a fine line on whether you're allowed to take things from people if they paid for it legally, even if it was done through bought means. Now, I read this. Now, maybe I'm behind the 8 ball here, but I remember them being pretty, just saying we got to be really careful about taking collectibles away from bot accounts because they were paid for. So you can block the account, but you can't take them away. Maybe they've changed their tune. This is right in their terms of services. I'm going to read this, and I think it's important because I think it has a lot of impacts on us going forward. In the event that you may purchase any collectible, here, let me highlight this actually. Okay. In the event that you may purchase any collectible through the Veve app in a manner that is breach of these terms of use, for example, the use of a bot, emulator, or other tool described in clause 6.1, illegitimate collectibles, that's the proper name, illegitimate collectibles. In addition to our rights under these terms of use, we may confiscate the illegitimate collectibles from you, and you will receive no compensation. Okay, so they're going to take them away, but it goes further. If you have already sold or transferred the illegitimate collectible to another user, we may deduct from your account the equivalent value of gems or confiscate from your account the equivalent value of other collectibles, and you will receive no compensation. So they're extending this. I never thought of that. So what they're saying here is that, yeah, they're going to take the collectible away from you, but if you don't have the collectible, they just may take the gems right out of your account. Or if you don't have the gems, they might just take the equivalent value of collectibles right out of your account. I thought that was very interesting. It continues. For such purpose, the equivalent value in circumstances where the illegitimate collectibles have been sold shall be based on the sale price of the illegitimate collectibles or the market value of the illegitimate collectibles at the relevant time, whichever is higher. Or where the illegitimate collectibles were transferred, the market value of the illegitimate collectibles at the relevant time. So when David, you mentioned that these wallets, they were taking and confiscating collectibles away, it just felt pretty strange that 17,000 Spider-Mans were taken away and they were minted. But then again, maybe there was some talk about how everything that was from before GoChain comes across as minted. So none of us really know how bad this bot problem was in Veve, but everybody has an idea that it was probably pretty bad. Like, what is Veve going to do with all of these illegitimate collectibles? Well, let's think about it. If you were Veve, what would you do? One option is that you could just sell them all and liquidate it and just put it back into the business. Because at that point, Veve owns the collectibles. There's probably been tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of mints that have been acquired through illegitimate means. That means there's probably hundreds of thousands of these illegitimate collectibles that were won by bot users. If Veve cracks down and collects them all, they probably will have a large sum of value, and they're double dipping because they made money because the drop was sold, right? They sold out the drop, so they made money there. But the moment they take it back, they're kind of double dipping. So in my opinion, that would not be the fair thing for Veve to do. Now the second option is what they should do is they can use it for fan engagement. All right. Once you take these collectibles back, Veve now owns them. The licensor really has nothing to do with it, but the licensor will benefit actually if Veve can get these out of their hands and back into the marketplace, because it encourages more trading, more secondary market trading. So why not do giveaways? Why not do competitions? Why not find ways to get this back into the community? And I think they've talked about how they can do that, but it probably would be the best place for many of these collectibles that were already paid for. For legal reasons, they may not be allowed to double dip. It just sounds terrible. Like someone paid you for it, even though they cheated, you take it away from them and then you sell it again. So they may not be able to actually put it back and sell it, but they can at least get it back into the market. That way the licensor wins because he gets more trading. As Veve's supposed to have millions of users one day, more collectibles, more trading, more fees for the licensors and for Veve. So that would probably be the best option for it. This could impact us though. So our collectibles, we don't know how many of all of our collectibles, especially some of the OG ones, are locked up in bot accounts. So some of the things that we consider grails right now, for example, Superman, for example, we got a lot of the golden moments, right? which we know for sure a bunch of them were bought in November for sure. Like it's really endless on how many collectibles between, let's just say, it's been happening for a long time, but let's just say from November 2021 right through to like July 2022, who knows how many of those collectibles, and some of them are very high worth, or Darth Vader is an example, were locked up in bot accounts. So if they do find their way back into the marketplace, some of the pricing that we're seeing now, even on the next bull run, let's say it does increase, it should add to the supply. So that might be something you want to consider when you're buying older collectibles, which is that there is a chance that there's many illegitimate collectibles, and those illegitimate collectibles may one day come back into the future, or sorry, come back into the market. But there's, what I meant to say is that there's no way to know the future. There's no way to know exactly what Veve will do with these. Maybe it's worth asking them again to clarify if they thought more about it, because I remember Alex saying, or David, you saying that they were looking into what they can do, but this is like in the terms and services. Like this is in there. Like as of right now, it's official. If you cheat, Veve can take the collectible away from you. And if you don't have the collectible, they could take the gems away from you. And if you don't have the gems, they could take away collectibles that you already have in order to accrue the same amount of money, the higher of the market value or the listed price, whatever is higher. So that's pretty powerful. And that you would think would help deter cheaters, although they have a whole system that they got going on. They, the trading collectibles back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But it should deter you if you're just an average user. Maybe you want to go and you want to test somebody offers you a bot. You better be very careful. You shouldn't be cheating in the first place. But even if you're tempted, the stakes just got higher, because I remember way back when the bot problem was out of control, Veve was they stood by the stance that they are not allowed to actually take any collectibles from anybody because they were paid for. So there's obviously been a change. We'll hear more about this. David, you mentioned it about the 17,000 Spider-Mans, but we'll wait and see as we get more information on illegitimate collectibles. So let me know your thoughts. What do you guys think about illegitimate collectibles? Do you think that's going to be relevant in any way? Are you concerned at all about maybe an increase in the supply on some of your collectibles that you currently have, and that might have an impact down the line? Do you think Veve should give them away? Do you think Veve actually is even allowed to resell them and just reaccrue the money? Do you think there should be competitions that are run? Or do you have any new, fresh ideas on what Veve can do with these illegitimate collectibles that would be maybe better off for the community and better off for everyone as a whole? So let me know your comments below. And if you haven't already, do not forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the superstar fam, hit the bell notification button to get every single video, every single day. We keep going. We're not stopping. We're not stopping. Okay. Superstar VIP is $2.99 a month. Thank you guys so much for your support. Get the star beside your name. I got to run the giveaway. I got to talk to Joe about it. We got to run the Star in the Universe giveaway. So for February, there'll be one more person joining the superstar constellation. So good luck to you guys. Thank you so much. Take care, and we'll see you next one. Bye-bye.